Komura, a shy boy, harbors strong feelings for the girl who sits next to him in the classroom. He's gathered an impressive amount of knowledge about her, including details about her friends, home address, and even the brand of her lip gloss. However, she don't even know a shit about him. Despite this, he constantly thinks about her, unable to muster the confidence to initiate a conversation. The girl is often lost in her own world, and when she does speak, it's often something unexpected or bizarre. But it is precisely her quirks that have captivated Komura and caused him to fall deeply in love with her. He longs to see her gaze at him, even if it's through her thick lenses with her beautiful eyes. One day, he notices that she looks particularly unusual, wearing a facial expression as if she had just smelled something unpleasant. Komura wonders why she isn't wearing her glasses and what might be the cause of her special expression. Nevertheless, he finds her incredibly cute. Finally, during their first conversation, she told him to don't mind for her strange appearance, explaining that she had forgotten her glasses and couldn't see properly. Komura can hardly believe that he's finally speaking to her, though he wonders how someone can forget such an essential item and still manage to come to school. But as he reflects, he realizes that anything is possible when it comes to girls. Komura sees this as his opportunity to offer his support and assistance to her, hoping to build a connection and perhaps even get those digits, As she struggled to distinguish the right book for her history class, the girl asked Komura for help. She granted him permission to look inside her bag, but halfway through, Komura's heart started pumping like Usain Bolt, overwhelmed by her closeness. Instead, he nervously handed her his own book with his hands trembling. Misen bounced her chair like a monkey, inching closer to him to read together. Caught off guard and startled, poor Komura quickly requested her to go ahead and use the book for herself. However, Misen believed in the spirit of sharing, so she settled down next to him, desk to desk, in close proximity. Problems didn't end there. Misen struggled to read without her glasses, leaning in so closely that it seemed she was about to kiss the book's pages. Komura felt his nerves heighten, urging her to slide the book to her side for a more comfortable reading experience. Perhaps without her glasses, she had lost her sense of distance, or maybe she simply didn't pay attention to such matters. Either way, it unsettled Komura's heart. He became a bit scared about how quickly they had become so close, knowing that she might not remember much about him once she got her glasses back. Yet, as long as he could gradually get closer to her, step by step, he will be more than happy. However, the girl seems to have different plans. She was engrossed in trying to recall who this guy was. Komura introduced himself, and she expressed gratitude for his help before dozing off. After the class, Komura couldn't stop thinking about her, and he stumbled across her once more. But Misen seemed completely confused, questioning who this guy was. Komura reintroduced himself as the one who had been sitting close to her, trying to jog her memory. Finally, she recognized him and expressed confusion about her shoes not fitting properly. To Komura's surprise, he discovered that she wore the same shoes as him and questioned whether she was certain they were hers. She had already tried several pairs of shoes until she found a pair that matched hers, assuming they were hers. Komura couldn't help but feel jealous that his shoes were somehow closer to her than he was. Even though her vision was impaired, she was certain that she had checked her cubby, only to find a different pair of shoes. Since her shoes didn't have any green color on them, Komura suggested that she look away momentarily, magically making the green thing disappear. He asked her if the shoes now looked like hers, and she confirmed they did. However, when she put them on, she forgot to tie the shoelaces. Ever the helpful gentleman, Komura stepped in and tied them for her. She wondered how she could repay him for his kindness. As Misen attempted to get a closer look at Komura's face, she struggled to see clearly and advised him to come with a good-looking face next time so she wouldn't forget it. But she forgot that boys don't have two faces. Living in close distance to the school, it was no surprise that Misen had managed to avoid any accidents with Truck-kun until now. While Komura didn't want to be selfish, he secretly hoped that Misen would forget her glasses again. He had made a wish upon the stars the previous night, and to his surprise, Misen did forget her glasses. Overhearing their conversation, he learned that she had accidentally stepped on and broken them. Despite this, Misen didn't want to miss any classes or even the sports activities. She remarked that she couldn't even distinguish between friend and foe, as if they were in the midst of a war. Komura blamed himself for cursing her, and so he decided to protect her from every ball that came her way during a sports class. After the exhausting sports session, Misen started saving Komura from the balls in her dreams as her repayment. Unbeknownst to her, the ball teacher discovered she was asleep, prompting Komura to attempt to wake her, but he was hesitant of touching her. He devised a master plan and informed the Satama lookalike teacher that Misen wasn't sleeping but rather reading the book with a closer look since she had forgotten her glasses. Upon waking, Misen momentarily forgot she was in class and asked Komura if he had taken her glasses, mistaking him for her father. Komura tried to explain that he was not her daddy and that she was not at home, but before he could clarify, she fell back asleep. As a result, the Satama teacher delivered a serious punch to Misen for making a fool out of him. On lunch duty today, Misen found herself in charge, and Komura saw it as an opportunity to support her once again. He asked if he could assist her with serving the stew, but she insisted on doing it alone, leaving Komura wondering where she picked up that warrior-like determination from. Komura suggested that Misen go a bit easy on the stew while serving, and she took his words too seriously. When a healthy student requested extra meat, Misen, in a twist of fate, told him that there were lots of potatoes instead. However, she ended up serving him exactly what he wanted: meat. The student couldn't thank Misen enough for her kindness, admiring her as a genuinely nice person. Of course, she is so nice we can't blame her because chicken and potatoes can look similar in size and color, so it was an innocent mistake. Unbeknownst to the student, Misen had actually intended to save the meat for Komura as a way to show her gratitude for his help the previous day. While it might not have been enough to fully repay him, she thought he would appreciate it. Komura was taken aback by her gesture and shook his head in disbelief. He couldn't believe she was going to such lengths for him. Misen requested that he keep it a secret and not tell anyone, although it seemed like everyone had already seen that in Ultra 4K. That day, Komura ended up eating more potatoes than the entire school combined. It had been a week since Misen had been attending school without her glasses despite having contact lenses with her at all times. She disliked the way they floated around and found them time-consuming to put on. Even when she tried to wear the lenses, her teary eyes prevented her from doing so. Komura suggested that she shouldn't force it and assured her that he would protect her, whether she had her glasses or not. However, he soon realized that he had said it in front of the entire class. Another day, despite wearing her glasses, Misen still squinted, leaving Komura puzzled about the reason behind it. She explained that it was simply due to fog on his glasses and assured him that it would get better with time. Misen asked Komura for his Snapchat, and he was willing to tell her as many times as she liked. However, she felt once was enough. She anticipated needing his help someday and was okay with him witnessing her moments of embarrassment, considering he had already seen her forget her glasses and experience embarrassing situations before. With the arrival of spring, Komura received a message from Misen asking him to meet her at the subway station. He was so taken aback by the unexpected invitation that he fell out of bed, never having imagined that Misen would ask him out. Komura eagerly went to the station, searching for her among the crowd, only to find her staring at her phone in a weird possible manner. Komura thought she had forgotten her glasses again, but actually, she had fallen asleep on the train and panicked upon waking up, realizing she didn't have her glasses with her. Komura suddenly realized that he was in a different town with a girl on the weekend, though it wasn't a romantic outing. Nevertheless, he was overflowing with happiness, feeling like he might die from sheer joy at any moment. Misen expressed her desire to go to a hotel due to a cake sale happening on Saturday. She held Komura's hand tightly and asked him to guide her there. She was determined to get her hands on those cakes and simply couldn't give up. However, she struggled to locate the cake, prompting Komura to offer to feed her. He carefully fed her a bite, making the experience all the more memorable. Later, they visited an eye care center to get Misen's glasses, and Komura couldn't help but wonder if this would be the end for him. However, when he tried to leave, Misen surprised him by holding his hand and asking if he was in a hurry. Komura reassured her that he was completely free, so Misen requested to hang out a bit longer with her. Now that she could finally see him clearly with her new glasses, they had a lot of fun, and Komura was at a loss for words to describe just how enjoyable it was. To confirm that it wasn't a dream, he pinched his cheeks and felt the pain, assuring himself that it was all real. Misen couldn't help but think about how nice of a person Komura-kun is, and she realized that he didn't seem the least bit annoyed that she had dragged him out. It was double fun for her after getting her new pair of glasses. She felt like she was looking at Komura all the time. However, she wondered if it might be her imagination. Meanwhile, Komura found himself in the bathroom, crying out in pain as his cheeks and thighs were sore from all the pinching he had done earlier. Next day, Misen unexpectedly picked up a love letter. Komura wondered why she had picked it up and questioned if she had forgotten her glasses once again. Additionally, he had no idea who that guy is. We will find all the answers in the next episode.